In the Chapter 7 If Practice exercise, this is if statement 1. So all we're going to do here is drop in an hourly tuition rate. It's either going to be 50 or 75 from column H. These are arbitrary numbers. These are not Ames numbers. These are just numbers I threw in because they were easy. So if county in column C is equal to Weld, then it's going to have the in-district tuition of 50. If county in column C is anything other than Weld, so not equal to Weld, it's going to have out-of-district tuition of 75. Remember, don't just plug in 50 and 75. These need to all be if statements in column E, because if this changes from Weld to Larimer, then the tuition should change also. So I'm going to click on the cell where the answer is going to be. Go to FX. If your category is all, you're going to choose category of logical. All your if statements are logical. Go to if. Logical test is what is in C2 equal to Weld. And in this case, if I'm typing in text, it has to be in quotes. It does not have to be uppercase, but it does have to be in quotes. If it's true, I'm going to get the in-district rate, and if it's false, I'm going to have the out-of-district rate. True doesn't mean the answer is true, it just means for cell C2, the answer is true. Hit OK. Copy the formula down. And again, it's the same formula for the entire column. Don't change the formula for each person. So in E2, the formula is equals if parentheses C2 here equals Weld, and it does, give me H2, which is 50, else give me H3, which is 75. So go down a cell. If C3, so it's going down to the next cell, is Weld, give me H3. H3 is 75, otherwise give me H4. There's nothing in H4. So if you remember, as I copy the formula down, all the cell addresses go down a row. So it's equals if C2, C3, C4, C5. Also, H2 and H3 become H3, H4, H4, H5, H5, H6. So make sure the cells that should not change are absolute addresses. So I correct my first formula. Always correct your first formula, because if your first formula is right, all the rest of them are right. H2 and H3 should not move, so H2 and H3 need to be absolute. Click them anywhere in the cell address H2, hit F4, or type in the dollar signs. Click anywhere in the cell address H3, hit F4, or type in the dollar signs, hit enter. My new and improved formula equals if parentheses C2 equals quote Weld quote. Here's my question. Comma, if it's true, give me H2, which is the 50, and if it's false, give me H3, which is the 75. That's my new and improved formula. I copy it down. Is C2 equals Weld? Yes, $50. Is C3 equal Weld? No, 75. Is C4 Weld? Yes, 50. Is C5 Weld? Yes, 50. Is C6 Weld? No, 75. So again, don't type in the answers, because these all have to be if statements. If you were keeping track of 1,000 people, you wouldn't put in 1,000 different formulas. And if this cell address, if C4 changed to Denver County, then this would automatically change. If I change this one to Weld, right now it's 75, as soon as I change it to Weld, it changes to 50. So I'm going to do Control-Z to go back. Make sure your formula for the whole column is the same formula for the whole column. That's a review of if statement 1, which is your most simple formula.